Let's talk about how 29 went for me. Not So Average Builder is sponsored by USAGundamStore.com, bringing the hobby to your front door. Use promo code NOTSOAVERAGE to get 10% off your entire order. Hey guys, Tom here, and this is Not So Average Builder, and welcome to my first ever year in review. I'm going to do things a little different than I've seen other YouTubers do, and I want to have something going forward while the video's going. So we're going to build the hobbyzone 4-drawer module that I got from USA Gundam Store to try out. While this is going on, I'm going to bring up some of the things that have happened in the year, and we're going to make this an enjoyable experience, because they're cool and all, but sometimes they can be a little redundant, and even some of the YouTubers themselves also say that their videos are kind of not redundant, but just not the greatest videos. So I want to try and change it up a bit. Before I go into what we're going to talk about, kind of go over this hobbyzone drawer module. These things are extremely well made, and I get now why they're $30 to $15 a piece depending on what module you get. I mean, I'm using no glue right now, and they're standing up on their own. So it is a pretty solid platform. They've covered all their bases, and it is extremely well made. I don't really think things through here, and I kind of mess up a couple times, but that is a part of it. They pretty much fit together like a puzzle. It is a giant puzzle box that you can store things in, which is even cooler. Once I get it all mapped out, then I also get kind of like a glue plan going. I don't get that until halfway through it, so learn from my mistakes, learn where your tabs are, where they're connected to, because there were some times that I put glue on the outside of the box and it wasn't touching anything, so I had to wipe it off. But another thing I want to touch on, they say to use wood glue. I'm using PVA glue, and it still holds really well because this is made of MDF, and it is very porous, so it sucks into the pores and glues the pieces together. I wouldn't trust it as strength-wise as well as wood glue would, because I'm pretty sure that it's, it's specific, so it would probably do a whole lot better. So get yourself some wood glue. You can probably get it at the hardware store for pretty cheap. I ran out of time while shooting this video, and I didn't want to wait any longer. I wanted to get this put together because I had a ton of stuff that I needed to put away, including my order of paints that I have yet to get in from USA Gundam Store. So when those come in, they will, I needed a place to put stuff, and my workbench was getting cluttered, so I needed some clutter management. Alright, now the moment you came here for. 2019 was an amazing year for me. My little channel went from, if I'm not mistaken, about 100 subscribers, maybe a little less, to 824 as of this morning. I never thought, and I know I say this all the time, but I never thought in a million years that my channel would be this to where it is. Now, I'm not Mecha Guy Katsu or any of these other giant YouTubers, but I feel that I feel that I'm on the right track. I don't care about getting massive. I don't care about becoming the biggest YouTuber. I just want to help people. I started building models in 1997, and I off and on throughout those years until 2001 or 2011. And it wasn't until I lost my dad that I really found the hobby. I really started pushing myself because I was in a dark place, and finding something that could take my mind off of everything that was going on was the way that I did it. And I pushed and I pushed, and I got as far as I could, and I had a model car featured on a website. It was not the greatest looking car. It was something that I just poured my heart and soul into, and at that time it was pretty terrible. But I saw that there was potential, and others saw that there was potential, and that's why I wanted to strive for my YouTube channel, was to get people to get past themselves and try. And during this year, I have met a ton of amazing people. Eddie, you are like a brother to me, and it's awesome. Kenny, you too, man. You guys have single-handedly been there pushing me along the way. When I've had bad days, I've had bad weeks, I've had bad months, both of you have been there to push and keep me going. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. You guys are awesome. Also during 2019, I picked up 4 amazing sponsors. Adam from USA Gundam Store was nice enough to pick up the channel. He was my first and probably the coolest. Turbo Dork Paints picked up my channel because Greg is a cool dude. If you've not heard of Turbo Dork Paints, you need to. turbodork.com. Evan Designs LED also picked up the channel. Just these awesome companies, I guess, saw that the same thing that I was trying to help people, and they also jumped in. And my newest one is Simpro Models. So with all of those sponsors combined, I can help bring more content to the channel and ultimately bring more content to you guys and show you different techniques that I'm sure that there are a ton of you that have wanted to learn about but just not. So thank you, awesome sponsors, for just being awesome. 2019 also brought in, this year also brought in 3 giveaways, 2 on YouTube and 1 on Instagram. My 300 and 600 subscriber on YouTube and my 500 follower on Instagram. It was humbling to be able to give back to you guys. I want to do more, and I think that once I hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, I'm probably going to do another one. So look forward to that. What has 2019 taught me so far? A couple of things. First and foremost, I need to remember to turn the camera on when doing something. I get wrapped up in it all too often. I'm going to start something and then get a little bit of it done and then turn the camera on, and then 2 hours later I'm almost done with it and I forgot to turn the camera on. So there's been a ton of things throughout this year that I've completely forgotten to film, and I'm going to work on that in 2020. It has also taught me that I need to work on better camera placement and making the content more me. I think that's the best way to put it. More NSAB flair. My plans for 2020 are going to be big. So far, I've got a bunch of kits that I'm going to work on. With Simpro backing the channel, there are a ton of photo etched and metal upgrades that I'm going to show you. And I'm also going to, and I can't believe I'm saying this out loud for the first time, but I'm going to try and compete in Gundam Builders World Cup 2020. I don't know how well I'm going to do, but I'm going to push and try. And that is the goal. I may not film all of it because there'll be a lot of labor intensive stuff, but I will do updates on Instagram, and once I unlock the feature on YouTube, I'll be able to post images of it on there. So I'm excited and extremely nervous about this, but I'm going to go for it, because if you don't try, you'll never make it. You'll never get anywhere. You have to try what you're going to try. Failure is an option, but leaving a failure is not an option. So that is something that I want a little word of wisdom that I want to bring to you guys for 2020. I'm also going to try and fix my camera placement to where everyone can see 100% of what I'm doing 100% of the time. This video is the exception. I messed up a couple of times, but it's all right. You learn, you move on. The goal is to just be able to show you as much as possible so you know exactly what I'm doing and how to do it. While we're here, I want to take a moment to say, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. One thing that this year has given me is 4 different patrons. I know that's not a lot, but to me that means the world. I'm currently back at 3. One of my patrons had some issues financially and couldn't continue. Completely understandable. It was great. I was grateful for the time that I had him nonetheless. I hope that Patreon becomes a better means in 2020 so that I can buy more things for the channel. That's my goal. It was kind of rough this year. 100% of this, with the exception of a couple of months, were out of my own pocket, and my wife was not happy, But ultimately she understood, and I love her to death for that. So if you're watching this, babe, you're the best, and I love you and thank you. One other thing that 2019 has brought to me is the joy of seeing everybody's comments. It's also brought me my first commission. My friend in the UK asked me to build an awesome base for some of his Gundams. And I'm going to give that a shot. And I will be doing a video of it because he's asked me to, which is pretty cool of him as well. And that will be up in early 2020 once I get it all fixed up and shipped out to him. Once he gets it, then I'll be able to put the video up. But commission is different. It's a lot of fun, and it was pretty cool of him too because he told me to put my own flair on it. One other thing, in 2020, I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear of some things that you want to see, some things that you think that I could improve on, some things that you want to improve on that you may not necessarily know how to do. I will do my best in 2020 to do more videos based on those things. And I know a lot of the stuff that I do already touches base on a lot of what you guys want to see, but I want to reach out to you all and see if there's anything else that I'm not doing that you really want to see. I'm going to do at least a fully brush painted kit, at least one in 2019, to show people that you can do it and show you what you need to do it. For those that don't have an airbrush, I'm going to do a brush paint and rattle can job, so that way for those that don't have one of those, they can still make their Gundams and their other model kits look epic. There are a ton of things you can do, and it doesn't cost too much to do so. I'm also going to try and stream more in 2020. If my days off stay the same as they are, then Tuesday mornings may be my stream morning, and then Tuesday afternoons will be my shoot and edit video. It may change depending on how things are going because of current projects and whatnot, but I'm going to try and do that. And the link to that is twitch.tv/NotSoAverageBuilder. So if you go give me a follow, I can do more of those streams with that, with more backing. And if I see enough potential in the streaming platform on Twitch, then I'm going to utilize it a lot more, and then I can have like one-on-one things with people, or I can set up a Patreon one-on-one class and get people more involved. And that way, if they've got any immediate questions, they can go ahead and ask, and we won't have to, communicate through email or communicate through messaging, because that can get kind of annoying, especially if you want a quick answer to something and I'm busy, or if you aren't able to get to the phone pretty quick. So like it definitely will help out. And I think that people being able to ask questions immediately will make them want to push themselves even more. But guys, I think that is all that I've got for this video. I hope that my year in review was not boring at all and that you enjoyed it. And remember guys, don't just be an average builder. Be a not so average one. Have a wonderful day. Bye.